Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code BLUBRRY004.
Welcome to the show, Mohamed.
So much.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Pleasure to be here, have you here as well. So I was giving everybody a little bit of your background about Blue Dove. And so you're taking like CCTV cameras that you would find in airports and retail environments and probably even in here, right?
Exactly.
And basically making them like cool cameras of today. Is that what we're doing?
Indeed. Exactly. This is what we're doing.
Okay.
And this is what ZARK is doing.
Okay.
So it's the opportunity for us here in CES in Las Vegas to unveil the 100% on-cloud ZARK that is available for everybody in the world, for every camera in the world, to empower it with intelligence, either in retail, so as to generate more sales, prevent fraud, prevent theft, or in other use cases like crowd management, like the event here, for example.
Yeah. I mean, I think about like, and I'm going to pick on Delta because I'm just familiar with this. Okay, so Delta has airlines. Okay. They have facial recognition software that they employ in some airports, and as you're walking through the airport, it'll direct you like to your next gate or whatever right on your device because it knows as you're going through with facial recognition software where you're located in the airport. Now, you could do the same thing with cameras that are already installed there or in airports, right? I mean, you could actually start using facial recognition with cameras that really weren't designed to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the purpose. The purpose is to make the best from the existing investment that has already been done.
Yes, because it's expensive.
Yeah, it's so expensive to change. And whenever there's a new technology with the higher accuracy, you need to change the whole hardware behind.
Right.
But now, with ZARK and Blue Dove, you can keep your existing hardware. You will have a good result. But whenever we have a better accuracy, since we are working with Google Cloud so as to get better accuracy, it is plugged automatically without changing anything. And of course, at the entry, it knows you, it can assist you, and of course, it can know people that we don't want to see.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming is there a hardware piece that you would install? And let's just pick here. Right.
Sure.
Let's say their cameras here are 20 years old. Okay. And they're looking to upgrade to ZARK. How does that process work?
Okay. All you need is a laptop or a PC. Okay. With internet connection.
Okay.
And that small PC is connected to the network of cameras, and that's it.
Okay.
You download the ZARK software. You add the IP addresses of the cameras, and you enjoy the service.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And, sure.
No, I was just, so you have a little demo set up here.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So what are we looking at?
Yeah. So what we are looking at is that a small demo of what we can do in a larger scale.
Okay.
So I couldn't bring the existing cameras, so I brought just my phone.
Yeah, it's clever how you set this up, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the phone is playing the role of the CCTV camera, the existing CCTV camera. So now my phone is connected to ZARK, and it's broadcasting to ZARK. ZARK is doing real-time facial recognition now, and it is recognizing me. And it is even recognizing if I'm happy or not.
Okay.
I think he thinks that I'm happy for the moment. Yeah. So here he can recognize who I am. So I'm in the section of unknowns. I can be in the section of knowns, and you can see that it's always me, as you can see here. It's in real time shown.
Yeah.
From CES Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And the processing is now in the United States.
Well, and as you know, when you have 100,000 people in a building, the internet is not the greatest in here. It's better than it has been in past years, but it's never great. So you're actually on a kind of a low latency type of scenario here, and it still works pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Impressive.
I was afraid that it won't be very effective, but I think I'm very happy with the result, and it's in a good real conditions. That it's working pretty fine.
So could you do stuff like, you know, you're at a show like this, right? And you have a booth set up, and you have a camera set up like this, and you have a CRM that has like all of your customers that are in that. I mean, could it recognize those customers as they're coming through the aisle, for example, and you can say, "Hey, Bob," type of thing, because it's showing up on the screen right now?
Of course, we can do that.
I'm just giving you kind of ideas that I'm coming up with here.
Just this idea is great, but we can't do that. We have just to take into consideration the regulations of every country.
So, yeah, exactly.
So, like for example, sometimes we cannot use the facial recognition for some purposes. Sometimes we can use, for example, the facial recognition just for security purposes, and the people are giving their consent and they know that we're doing that.
Yes.
So to be, in regular, entity with the existing laws in multiple countries.
Yeah, many countries have. I mean, every country is different with privacy laws and all of this, right?
Exactly.
So you have to be careful, but that is possible. I mean, anything that you can come up with a scenario where you have a database of information that includes a person's photo, you could potentially utilize that in some type of facial recognition software.
But always take into consideration the legal side.
Yes.
But we don't do only the facial recognition side. For example, if we take, since we are in an event now, I mean, every booth here, they are interested to know their conversion rates, to know the attractiveness, how many people they pass by their booth. Is it a good investment or not? So by a normal setting of cameras, you can have the data of your stand, knowing how much people pass by your stand, how much people they enter, what's the conversion rate, what's the attractiveness, were there any waiting time?
Yeah.
And that could be very interesting to know if the investment that has been done so as to buy the space was a good investment, or we have to do more effort.
And I'm just going to break that down a little bit because, a lot of people might have, if you're not in this space, you might not even know what you're talking about right now, right? So, so basically what Mohamed is talking about is that if you had 100 people walk by your booth and then had one person walk in, then your conversion rate of people walking by is 1%.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Or the people walking in. And then if you convert 10% of that into a sale, you know that you have to have 1,000 people walking by to get that $5,000 sale or whatever you got. And then over the course of the show, you understand, and then you can figure out if you made money here or not. Yeah.
Or maybe you bought a place with a very high price, but there were no people passing by, and that's a loss for the company. So, and the same thing we're using here, it's really the same thing for stores. Like for every store, he's interested to know how much people they pass by, how much people they enter, and how much people they buy. For example, if you have 100 people that enters per day, and only 5% people that bought. So there's a problem. It's just 5% conversion rate.
Right. Exactly.
So
is ZARK available now? I mean, is it something that I can subscribe to? And how does that process work?
So for the 5 past years, we were working on ZARK only locally. I mean, on Edge with local servers. Now we're launching ZARK on cloud. And it will be available for public in 2 months from now. And the purpose of being here is to showcase to the world that ZARK is here and ZARK is ready to serve you wherever you are in the world and whatever the camera is.
Will it be a subscription model?
Yes, it would be a monthly subscription model per camera, per month, of course. And of course, ZARK does connect with other products, final products, additive final products if needed. For example, ZARK Connect, which is an app that shares the waiting time and waiting line with customers before they come to the store, for example. Or the ZARK smart advertising display that shows display regarding the gender and the age of people existing in your store. Those are additive products that are linked with ZARK and that can give much more additive value or value added.
Yep. Well, very cool. And the website that we go to find out more about ZARK?
It's www.bluedove.ma. For now, it's MX in Morocco. And we are going .com very soon. Since we're
so bluedove.ma. Very good.
Morocco.
Very good. Yeah, Mohamed, pleasure having you on the show.
It's
this
my
is very
pleasure.
Interesting.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. And
absolutely.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
All right.
I can't wait to see you later.
Yeah, I look forward to it. It's all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Mohamed.
you.
The Tech Podcast Network CES 2025 coverage is executive produced by Adam Barker. Technical director is Kirk Corliss. Associate producers are Nancy Ertz, Tracy Ingram, Xerxes Goddard, Brandy Jackson, and Aviva Cram. Voiceover by Aaron Hurst. Our hosts are Marlo Anderson, Don Bain, and Scott Ertz. Studio and equipment are provided by PLUGHITZ Productions. The TPN studio executive is Todd Cochran. This has been a Tech Podcast Network production, copyright 2025.